Let me mess with your theology for 1 second. Just remember, we're not trying to offend anybody, so welcome to the Academy. It's all about relationships. This is the place where you comment and I'll answer. You know what time it is. Let's break this thing down full circle. Lego. Let's try this again then. Welcome to the Relationship Academy. I don't know why it was stuck like that. I'm your host, Mr. Table Talk, Javon Lawrence. Gotta love technical difficulties. And today's show, we're talking about faith after the Red Sea, part 2. We talked about this last week. So today, we're going to be finishing off this topic, plus with the idea that this is the last show of the year. So let's go out with a bang. So let's go ahead and throw them comments back up there real quick. And I don't know, I might not keep y'all long today. What's going on, Bobby? How you feeling, man? Blessings to you. Good evening. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Big sis, how you doing? Let's go. Yes, let's go. We are still talking about faith. We are still um, talking about the Red Sea. So let's go to our foundational text, which is we're still in Hebrews 11. This is the last one. Next year we're not hitting this again. So this Marcus, what's going on, bro? I see you. I see you. Um, we are in Hebrews 11 and 29, and it says, "By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians essaying to do were drowned." So the word of God has been read. So it's the last one for this year. Knock it out the park. Okay, sis, this the last one. So grab your coffee. Oh, hold on. Y'all see that? Yep. Yep. Available at jlawware.com. Yes. Grab your water, grab your juice, grab your soda, grab whatever it is you're going to grab. You know what time it is. So come on, y'all. Last one of the year. Let's table talk. So last week we talked about how can I say this? We talked about coming up to the Red Sea and them going through the Red Sea being chased or followed or pursued by Pharaohs and his army. We talked about being careful with who you allow or who you're following, who's your leader. We talked about all that stuff. So today, today, okay, let's talk about the Red Sea for a second. The Red Sea is um symbolic to being trapped. So they were trying to get away from their past and went into the Red Sea. Well, went when they got towards the Red Sea, there was nowhere to go. God opens it up, like we said last week, and they walked through as on dry land with no issues or no or no not no boundaries, no no problems. They got through. Unlike the Egyptians, they didn't. And then I found out we said the word a saying, like the Egyptian were a saying to do. A saying means attempt. So even again, here we go. Be careful with who you follow because Pharaoh's wasn't a saying means to attempt, which means I said this last week. He wasn't instructed by God to do it. It was just for the Israelites. So he was attempting, he was trying, he was testing God. That's what we're going to say. He was testing God to think he was still going to get through to do harm to the Israelites. So I'm about to go off script for a second. Well, I'm just going off script. Things that are in our that's in our past. Can I chop it up with y'all for the last second? I mean the last show of this year. Can I just no script, no nothing? Can we just conversate? So, and I'm gonna be 100 with you. There's a lot of things in our life that is the Red Sea, things that has us trapped. And when we get to a place, we like to turn around and look, but when that Red Sea opens and you go through, we talked about going through is for the purpose of when you get to the other side. What's there is kingdom relationships. It was time for them to really start building on kingdom relationships, treating people right. So 2021 for me personally has been a very up and down year for me. Reason being, me coming on this platform, me starting table talk over this is I'm going on 2 years, but um, when I started it, I still had some old mentalities that I was still stuck in while I was trying to do this show. One was I was still in the mindset of here we go. Y'all know I'm as transparent as I possibly can. I always keep it 100 with y'all. You know, y'all my real ones. So I of course, speaking of to all my real ones, yes, table talk real ones. To all my real ones, those who've been with me from day one and those who are on here because you want to be on here because you're interested in the content. When I first started this, it may have been a point where I will say that I was trying to um, even uh, show how deep I was. Um, I may have been on here for the wrong motive or the wrong intentions. It's a lot of times that I was on here that oh thank you I appreciate you so they saying they like this content. My thing was I didn't know exactly why I was on here and what I was doing, so it has been a learning process for me with doing this. So when God opened up that Red Sea for me and I went through and I started dealing with kingdom relationships, you notice we were Table Talk 2.0 live broadcast for a very long time. Then God gave me the revelation that it's all about relationships. So we switched the name over to the Relationship Academy. And that's where that was my Red Sea moment for me in 2021. Somebody put 2021 Red Sea moment when it parted and I walked through as of dry ground and got to the other side. It was something else that I was saying. And even before, I was worried about the numbers, a lot of people being on here watching me. Um, what else can you possibly worry about? Were people going to like the content? And I wasn't doing this stuff for selfish reasons. I was doing it because I wanted people to hear what I had learned. And it was, I had the intentions of helping people, but I still wanted them number. I still wanted the self gratification that came along with it. So, and I'm just gonna be 100. So when I was really dealing mainly with Facebook and I'm doing all this stuff. I'm taking all my time. I'm putting all this energy into this content, and I may be getting one or two likes, maybe three. No, it ain't really doing anything. I was having a whole full blown problem. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was having a whole full blown problem. Like, I know too many people to not support what I'm doing. And I was still stuck in the Facebook place where I was just like, okay, I'm going to get someone to like this kind. I'm going to get someone to watch this. I'm going to get someone, and eventually, Marcus on here talking about, yep, you were, and eventually, I had to realize that it's more about helping people, and the content would deal with itself, just like the word will deal with it. Will the word don't need any help, and the word will grow itself. So I'm getting all this revelation, and I'm doing all this stuff, and when I realized that I can get past all of this that I was dealing with, but first I had to change my mindset. My mindset had to be more towards really giving people what they want. So the first thing that happened to me when I went over to TikTok was um it was suggested that I pray. Now, if you follow me, you know I pray every morning and every night now. And if you know me, you know prayer is not my thing. I'm like, I wanted to be on here. I wanted to show people I'm a good teacher. That's what I wanted to get known for. But guess what I'm being known for right now? That dude that pray. I have people coming to me saying that your prayers get me through the day. I listen to your prayers every day. People are actually commenting and liking my stuff so much that it's hard for me to even keep up with it because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to people liking the content and commenting on the content. So hey, and I'm telling you, you comment on my stuff, I guarantee you, I will answer you. Um, it's Leslie. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. So if you if I said your name wrong, I apologize. If like I said, I had to get to the point where okay, God is showing me that it's not about what I wanted. And this is my Red Sea moment. We're still talking about the Red Sea. My Red Sea moment where God opens the door for me to go to the next place or to the next level. It had to be when I actually started listening and doing what he wanted me to. And I'm sitting up here and I'm teaching about faith. And we understand, I've told this 1,000 times, faith is to have the proper understanding of who God is and his guidance that he has for you when it comes to relationships, or in other words, dealing with other people. So I'm sitting up here, I'm saying, I want to help build relationships. I want to help build people faith. I want to help, but I want to do it my way. So when I decided to stop doing it my way, and this is so cliche, and when I do it God's way, doors and different things start happening to the point where it's hard for me to even, like I said, keep up with all the stuff that's going on over there. And then when I go back, and then here's the thing, when you get to your Red Sea moment, sometimes you got to stop looking back. I'll go back and look at Facebook maybe once a week. And y'all want to know what I see? I see 16 views with one reaction. And then that's the thing about Facebook. Facebook lets you know who sees your stuff and who's not interacting with you, especially with stories. Now, if it was just regular posts, you wouldn't know who see it. But and then you see it, and here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna be real. And then you see the people who's doing it, and you can't even give me a like? Really? But we supposed to be good. We supposed to be cool. You see me out in public, you say, oh, you internet famous. I can't tell that you seeing what I can't. I'm not. Am I impacting you? Am I doing? And the content, all you have to do is push a like button. It's not that difficult. Just to push a like. And the contrast for when the Red Sea opened for me and I went through everything that I wanted. When I got through that situation, when I got through that Red Sea, when I was obedient and wasn't scared, because I'm telling you, going over to TikTok was scary. I did not want to do it. And I saw how everybody else was doing it. I did not want to do it. I did not want to go over to TikTok. When I did, everything I was asking was presented to me for me to be able to to get the content out and people be blessed by the content that we're doing over there. So, like, and shout out to my wife, because she most definitely, she be the first person that I go to and be like, so what you think about this? And the content is different. And then even when I came over, we talking about old mindsets also. I was only posting stuff from here. Like, I would just take clips from here and post it over there and expect people to like it and follow it and do all that stuff. But that's not how it works. Sometimes you have to be specific. You have to be personal. You have to make it personalized for people, because it's all about relationships, which means I have to take the time out to do this content so someone could be. I was taking the easy way out before. It's easy to just get on here, take some clips, clip up some stuff, throw about 7, 8, 9 different. That's real easy. But no, I had to take content and put it out there that was different. Instead of, okay, here we go. Instead of trying to get people to come on this platform right here, I have to meet them where they were at. But sometimes it's just easier to think that everybody, I guess you could say I had a sense of entitlement where, okay, it's still content, but I'm like, nobody know who I am. So when I got to my Red Sea moment and the sea divided and gave me a way to go through, a whole new world was on the other side. So my question is, what is your Red Sea? Have you went through your Red Sea? Have you stopped thinking about ways stuff should be and go into, because back there with the Israelites, it was slavery. And sometimes slavery is ourselves. Look here, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Sometimes it's us not wanting to go through because we're so used to, we're so conditioned, and it's just easy to stay put in what we're used to. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but sometimes we have to get past what we're used to get to what God wants us to do. And like I said, now where I went from 16 views, I have some videos that's over 1,000 views. Still getting comments, 100 comments. I ain't used to that. So I gotta answer all these 100 comments on one video. But that's what I asked for. We talking about making a difference. How are we making a difference? Are we doing it for self gratification? Because one of the biggest things, if anybody is trying to do anything on this type of level with platform or anything, and I'm not saying I'm super big and I'm this and I'm that. No, I'm still learning this thing. But one thing I've realized is, in order to really be used, you have to meet people where they are. And the best way to do that is we got to start listening to people, seeing what people want instead of me telling you what you need. That goes for relationships. Okay, here we go. Relationships. And I'm real good with this because I have a track record of um, married 3 times, divorced twice, of course. Before you can say that I wanted it a certain way and I just expected it to be a certain way, and there was no compromise with me. There was no compromise. But in relationships, again, I'm not just talking about helping people, I'm talking about helping even me in my house. When that Red Sea opened, when I really start understanding relationships for real, like, and I'm gonna use a Christian cliche and get in trouble real quick. Um, it's pretty much hey, look, y'all still love me. Y'all still love me. This transparency is everything I needed to hear this. Thank you. I appreciate this. So, they say, how do they say it? Somebody help me. Um, God only helped those who help themselves. Is that right? God only helped those who help themselves. If that's right, put yes in the comments. God only helped those who help themselves. I think I'm saying it right. But the thing is, how can I say this? I'm just gonna say it. That's so selfish. That's the most selfish thing that you could possibly say. God only helps them that helps themselves, which is teaching you how to be selfish because God, if God only helped those who helped themselves, I say this all the time, God would have never made Eve. Yeah, he would have never made Eve, and it just would have been Adam, and Adam would have been helping himself. We become greater by helping one another get to the next level in Christ, get to the next level in life, get to the next level of understanding, get to the next level of patience. You can't learn how to be patient without someone getting on your nerve. Yeah, I said it. I said it. So, um, with that being said, and a question just popped up: how long have I been fruitful? Oh, oh, I read that wrong. I ain't even, yeah. Trollers. And that's another thing. When people come up against you with stupid stuff, show them in love that, you know, it is what it is. Like I'm a Christian. I'm not ashamed, and because you feel like that's your opinion, everyone has an opinion. Fine. Your opinion don't have to affect me, but yet it's still when it comes to relationships. And that's a very good point, and I'm gonna end with this. All our whole job and our whole purpose in life is to treat one another right, to treat each other decent, to be cordial, to be nice, to be um just good to one another. And if people don't choose to do that, that's on them. But you're gonna have some foolish people that's in your life that's going to cause you, and I just said it, that's going to irritate you and cause you to get out of character. But you learn from them things, and because of that, like I said, how are you going to know patience? How are you going to know how to keep your attitude down if you don't have somebody in your face trying to rile you up? You need people for different stuff, for different situations. So you have to learn that, or we have to learn that you can't do anything by yourself. So I said that quote. What was that quote again? God only help those who help themselves. That's teaching selfishness, which is what everybody else is already doing anyways. So if we're acting like everyone else, what makes us different and what's going to draw people is our unity. What's going to draw people is us working together. What's going to draw people is um, having the proper understanding. It, Marcus just said, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. I guess I'm popping because I got haters, but shame. Okay, so having a proper understanding of how God wants you to treat people, no matter what. When they're being disrespectful to you, when that person got on this live over here and was disrespectful, I could have just got disrespectful back. But what does it look like me being on here teaching about relationships and going off on somebody because they're in my comments acting stupid? Does that mean I have to act stupid? Don't get me wrong. Did I want to act stupid? Absolutely. I wanted to say something. I could be petty too. But if I'm listening to God and not being selfish, I'm not gonna be petty. I'm gonna rise above the hate. So it's 55. I guess I did go out with a bang this year. We said we wanted to go out with a bang. Um, Chasing Ains. That's a. I'm not gonna be petty. That's a lovely name, and thank you for being an example on this show for me. So, um, that's all I got, y'all. Next year when we come back, we will be moving to a different time. I don't know when I'm coming back in January. I'm going to take some time off to work on some stuff. I know when we come back, we coming back with the dealing with loss series, but we're not going to be calling it dealing with loss. We're going to be calling it um, grief, managing grief. So be prepared for that. I've been talking to a lot of people, hearing stories. I'm trying not to think or figure out what people want anymore. I'm trying to give people what they need so we can really help people, because my whole purpose of being on here is helping people, like for real, for real. And the only way we can help people is if we take self out the equation. That was my whole illustration with the everything that I said. I had to learn to take myself out the equation, forget about the numbers, forget about the comments, forget about all that stuff will come living proof if we just continue to worry about the right stuff, and that's people. We have to genuinely be concerned about the welfare, the mental state, the everything of people. So bring it in, still love me. I need some of y'all to go ahead, throw that one up in the air one more time for me for um for 2021, my real ones. These cups are available on the website also, jlawware.com. You can get you a Table Talk Real One cup. Man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This is the final episode of 2021. I will see y'all sometime next year. And you know how we do. Please give me 3 emojis that best describe this experience today. And I will see you next year. But I got to say this one more time also. All I can do is walk you to the door. The rest is up to you. So please don't plagiarize. Study, stick to the script. I'm out.